Hello, my name is Zach Schwan, and I'm a member of the Advancement Office. I'm joined here today with our Senior Gift Committee volunteers, and I'll have them introduce themselves to the group.
Oh, that's my cue.
That's your cue.
My name is Matthew Okide, obviously a senior, from Long Island, New York, and I'm a chemistry major.
I'm Madison. I'm also a senior. I am a major in studio art, and I'm from Hanover, Massachusetts.
My name is Aboude Al-Assad. My major is economics, and I am from Damascus, Syria.
Hi, I'm Danny, also a senior, and like Matt from Long Island, and my major is English.
Hi, I'm Julia Elstein. I am an economics major, and I am from Trumbull, Connecticut.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for being here today. Wanted to remind the listeners and watchers out there, if you want to send us any questions, we can take live questions throughout the interview. So let's start off with, this is an important committee for the institution and a very valuable one. Why did you all decide to join the committee? And Matt, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably one of the easiest decisions I've ever made at Skidmore, and I feel like that's saying something. Last year we saw the Senior Gift Committee raise like a record, not the total record, but of the time recently it was the largest amount in a few years. So I feel like one, it was a motivation to just break that record. I feel like that's pretty common in our experiences here. We just want to see Skidmore get better because we've all had such great experiences. And personally, for me, I'm planning on applying to graduate school, and I feel like Skidmore has given me so much through its aid and through my education that this was really the main way for me to start giving back before I even become an alum. So that was my main motivation for it.
Excellent.
Yeah, I guess I heard that Senior Gift was a lot about participation within the whole class, and that meant a lot for me, especially hearing that from members of the Advancement Office. And then also, similarly to Matt, the opportunities that Skidmore has given me are unreal. And a lot of that, thanks to financial aid, I've been able to have those opportunities. So knowing that a lot of Senior Gift goes towards that was really meaningful to me.
To me, I decided to join this committee because Senior Gift is all about class unity. It's really the glue that holds the class together, regardless of our differences, racial, socioeconomic, what do we study, what type of social scene we enjoy. All of us come at the end of our experience at Skidmore to vote yes, to say we all had a great time. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't easy, but it sure as hell was worth it. And I really, really wanted to be part of the committee that establishes this class unity that hopefully will be lasting after graduation.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I think my motivations are very similar to Aboude's, and the fact that this committee really is about our class spirit. There are so many people who in our senior class have really helped me figure out who I am, have defined my experiences both in and out of the classroom at Skidmore. And there are people who I haven't met yet who I know could do that for me as well, and I could do that for them. And this is a great way to get my feet into that pool. So.
For me, Saratoga and Skidmore have always been a part of my life. My dad actually went here. He graduated in 1983. And so ever since I was little, I was coming to Skidmore. So any chance to get back and, kind of keep this relationship with this place that I love so much and that's always been a part of my life ever since I was born, it was very important to me. And any way that I can help the institution continue on and create this, good legacy, this great legacy, hopefully, from our class is the best thing that I could do for Skidmore that I could think of.
That's terrific. That's a really great lead into the first live chat question that we got, which is why should students give back?
That's such a great question.
Well, Matt, let's start with you.
Yeah, no, I feel like probably the best answer that I can give is we come to this campus as first years and we go on campus tours beforehand and we come here as students and we just kind of take in the environment around us and we're just kind of like, all these buildings have been here for let's just say 100 years, right? And that's not the case at all. Like some of these buildings were built within the last 10 years because of donor support and because of support from people who have been here and enjoyed their experiences and gave back right away and perpetually up until, whatever age they are now. So I feel like for students to start giving back before they even graduate is like, they should want to see future generation of Skidmore students have the same experience that we do. that we have now. And they should take pride, and they should be proud of themselves for saying, I helped contribute. I don't care if it was $1, I don't care if it was $1,000. I helped contribute to their education and their experience at Skidmore.
Yeah, I think similarly to Matt, and what I had mentioned before is just like the opportunities and how those have been supported by the donations to Skidmore. So the fact that we as students can help with those, help create those opportunities for future students, for students that are here right now, I think that is just like amazing that we can help with that already.
Sure.
To me, I think Skidmore should give back to, students should give back to Skidmore, is because Skidmore has tremendous potential. And if given the appropriate resources, Skidmore will become more than it already is, a leading institution of intellectual exchange, artistic expression, and global dialogue. And because I believe in this tremendous infinite potential about Skidmore, I want to provide Skidmore with all the resources to reach as far as it can, beyond the limit. It's, Skidmore is great as it is right now, but we can do better. We're gonna keep pushing the bar and raise it.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know how much else there is to add, but speaking from personal experience, there are just so many opportunities where I've gone back to my hometown and I've said, oh, I've done this really cool thing at college. And everyone's like, what? How did you do that? And so there have been, for instance, I studied abroad in London, and Skidmore gave me a stipend to do all sorts of really amazing cultural activities and travel and do all the things that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. So to already take advantage of the opportunity just to study abroad in a Skidmore program and then have additional funding, which comes from donations, such as our senior gift and other ways that you can donate to the school, is just unbelievable.
Great.
I think one thing that we kind of also forgot to mention is that when you give back to Skidmore, especially as a student, it helps our ratings a lot. So as students, when you give back to your institution, it shows that you are really passionate about your school and you want to give back and you want to continue that legacy at Skidmore. So by giving back to Skidmore, as a student, we're increasing the value of our degree. So to me, that's really valuable. I always hope that my degree will become more and more valuable. My dad graduated in 1983, and he and all of his classmates continuously say at, different gatherings just with family and friends or at reunions that I've been to, is they say, I couldn't get into Skidmore now. And it's I hope that when I have a child and hopefully they come here, that, I'll be saying, oh, I can never get into Skidmore now. I hope that the value of my degree only continues to increase. And, by providing funding, even as students, even as low as $1 is always incredibly helpful.
Terrific. So what are the goals and what are we hoping to accomplish with this campaign?
I'm gonna start
Yeah,
this
you
one
get
off.
to go first.
Okay.
Lead us off.
As I've now mentioned a few times, my dad also went here. And
Did your dad go here?
he was a member of his senior gifts committee, which I only recently found out while looking at his LinkedIn profile. And I found that out, and so I had one of our advisors look up how much they raised, which we still haven't found out because they're still in paper copies. But I'm hoping that for us we can beat his class. So everyone help me beat his class.
But on a more tangible note, I think the highest record that the senior gift committee has raised was around 93 point something. And although that record is impressive, we do not think it's unbreakable, right? We think there's much room to grow. Our class, the 2017 class, broke the record for Skidmore to be the largest class ever until 2018. The 2018 was the largest class ever until 2019. But the point is, if we were the first largest class ever, we also wanted to be the first largest senior gift ever, because we are the first largest class ever. So our tangible goal is to reach something around 95%, more precisely above 94%. We'll be, we're shooting as far as we can, but our tangible goal is 95. We're there to break a record, and we're confident we can.
Excellent. And that's 95% participation.
Yeah.
$95.
We already have that. We have well over that.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about your experiences here, and let's go down the line. And what was your most memorable experience here at Skidmore?
I think I need time to think about that. Can we come this way?
Want to come down this
Yeah,
way?
it's so enjoy
I mean,
it.
you've been coming here since the 80s,
I'll head off.
Since the 80s.
Since the 90s.
Since the 90s, excuse me, yes.
Well, I think one of my most memorable experiences is actually a continuing experience. So Madison and I were actually randomly paired roommates. And so,
No way.
yeah, we were.
That explains a lot.
One of my favorite things is what we used to do is there's a place in town that has these bagels that if they're 2 days old, they're free. It's called Uncommon Grounds, and you can just go and grab some bagels. And so the two of us and our third roommate, Olivia, who I've lived with all 4 years now, we would grab them and we would sit on the floor in a circle and we would eat our bagels with Nutella, which we had a big obsession with. And the three of us would just, hang out, talk about our weeks, and kind of just create everlasting friendships. Madison and Olivia are two of my absolute best friends here at Skidmore, and I can't thank Skidmore enough for randomly pairing me with them.
Amazing. I love that. Okay. I have two. I really couldn't choose, but they're both kind of good. So the first is in your first semester ever at Skidmore, you're in a Scrivener seminar, and every Scrivener seminar gets a little extra funding, so yet another reason to donate. And the professor, at their discretion, chooses what to do with that. So our professor, I was in a class about the welfare state, so we got like a SNAP budget, and we actually went into the supermarket in town, got our food for the night that we had planned to make for that evening, like throughout the week. And our professor and his wife picked us up at the supermarket, drove us to their house, we cooked in their kitchen, and ate dinner with them. And that was my first couple of weeks at school, and that is something that I always think so fondly back on, and it was an amazing experience. And also just helped really quickly and early on establish the value of, hands-on learning and taking things outside of the classroom. And something else happened just the other week. I live with two of my best friends. I'm an English major, one is an economics major, and one's a bio major. We were all just sitting around the kitchen table doing our work, like getting along so well, and then we all looked down and we're like, this is crazy. But the fact that we're all still so close and see things differently, but also have so much in common is just such a Skidmore-ism that is something that I love.
One of my most memorable experiences is at my professor's house, Professor Roy Roytham, where we established a senior or a junior at that time, juniors and seniors group of students in the economics department called Rethinking Economics. And our objective was to get 5 to 10 economics majors to sit down once a week and talk about economic theory for fun, and try to see the limits and the potentials of these theories and their applications to the real world. And we would go to, when at the end of the semester, we went to Professor Roy house, and we would sit and we would all have this very vivid intellectual debate among us while Professor Roy is making coffee and tea. And then he would every once in a while come out to the kitchen and interrupt someone and says, well, wait, what do you mean by that? And he would keep asking, what do you mean by that? And why, until the other person is completely silent. There's no more answers to why is this happening. And, Professor always has pushed us to, and reminded us that there is a lot more to learn, and things are more complicated than they seem on the surface. And I just enjoyed discovering that intellectual conversation that I had with these students in a very casual, chill environment like my professor's house.
Yeah, mine's a little bit more extracurricular than that, I guess. So when I first came to Skidmore, I joined the circus club here. So I was introduced to that. And since then, I've kind of been studying specifically circus acrobatics on my own. And then this semester, I'm getting a bit more involved in the dance department, and I'm actually taking an independent study with one of the dance professors, and I'm involved in other pieces within the dance department, and they're kind of incorporating acrobatics into that. So that's been an amazing experience for professors to be interested enough in what I do outside of academics, outside of things that are necessarily happening here, and letting me bring that into their class setting, and also them taking those skills into their class setting. So I don't know, that's been kind of unreal for me this semester.
And Matt, last 30 seconds here.
I would say I've been for a total of 7 of my 8 semesters at Skidmore, I would have been doing, I don't know the grammar that is working out very incorrectly here, sorry, Danny. But I do research with my professors in the chemistry department, and I'm currently applying to grad school, and I'm just so grateful for all the training that I've gotten from them, because I feel really prepared to take on the real world. Is it still the real world? So yeah, I just, endless thank yous to Skidmore.
Excellent.
Cool.
Thank you all for being here, and thank you there
Thank
for
you.
watching, and thank you so much, you guys. The Senior Gift Committee is a big deal, and so it's important for you guys to be a part of it. So
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
I think it might have